My name is Boris. I'm a captain of the flight from Réunion to Paris today. We are in Réunion now. I am with David Gray, first officers, and second first officers because the flight is more than 10 hours. He's David Bergonzoli. So we will now begin the briefing. So please come with us.
Welcome you all.
We will begin the briefing to prepare the flight. So let's begin with the iPad. All the revision. We check all the revision is okay.
So we're good. Mine is fine.
Mine is fine. Is green. All is green.
Mine also.
Okay. So the aircraft is a Boeing 777 today. The registration is a Fox Oscar Romeo Echo uniform. The technical situation is good. No MER for today. We will see the parking later on. The loading, we are a lot of passengers, quite full today. We expected the fuel of 22 tons.
Apparently there's no cargo.
No cargo, no special cargo. We checked already the basic weight and the dry operating index. We are all agree about that. So next talk about the weather. Please, David.
Yes, about the weather. I check all airports en route, and we can expect for departure facing east, runway 12 for departure.
Okay.
And at arrival at Charles de Gaulle, we can expect facing west for the runway 26 right, maybe, and also for the alternate Orly.
Okay.
We can expect some thunderstorm activity over Addis, as usual, and maybe approaching the Alps.
Okay. And before arriving in Italy, I saw some cat.
Yes, maybe some cat.
Okay, good. Good for the weather. The route, we have the route 14 Alpha. We know it. We have ETOPS. We compute the ETOPS with.
It's been checked with the windows.
And then Mombasa.
Right, yes.
Okay, I check all the weather is good.
Yes.
And the fuel erupts is 0. Okay,
yes,
so we'll check the NOTAM.
Well, we have not much to declare.
Okay.
For departure, it's pretty fine, so nothing in Réunion. About the destinations, we have a closed runway, but we know it. Still the same, southern runway in Paris, number 4, it's closed, so it should be runway 26 right. Regarding the destination alternates, nothing in Paris-Orly. And for the en route alternates, we've talked about it. We have in Luxor we have AIP, so we'll have to check with regarding the charts and the database if we have to dive it there. But we could also take another field. And there's an also closed runway in Cairo. Center runway is closed. And then for the rest of the flight, nothing. We have not much to declare.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we compute the performance. We have an ATOV of 344.
I agree with that.
Will be our limitation for today.
D'accord.
So we compute the fuel at 97 block.
Good for me.
97 tons for block.
Okay.
Block fuel, and we will adjust this with the latest zero fuel.
D'accord.
You have all your crew license,
everything
up to date. Okay, thank you. I think we have all. I just have to communicate all the performance and all the data to the operation, and then we will be ready.
All
so
right.
You will handle the flight, David?
Yeah.
Then, so you will take the first rest.
Ouais.
You're the last, and I will take the second.
Right.
Okay for you?
Okay.
Thank you very much. Let's go.
Let's go. Hello guys, here we go.
folks, we're good to go. We're going to have a walk around. Please follow me. Let's go. You'll see we come outside. It's going to be noisy for a few minutes, so I'll try to speak as loud as I can. So please come follow me. Having a quick look at the fuselage, we don't see anything abnormal. All these little vents should be closed, they are. So now having a look at the tires, so they should not be too worn. They should not have any thread separation. And no damage, so normally it's been looked by the engineers, but we always have to cross check. Having a look at the strut, it should not be compressed, you know, and we should not see any trace of leak or liquids around, and I don't see anything. To check all the way up the angle of attack vane, it's there and it's not damaged. Then you have the total air temperature probe, the ice detector, and the left heater tube. This is all clear and no damage. This little dot that you see here is a front camera, and this is not damage free, all clear. The exhaust door is secure, closed and latched. A little green disc should be green to go. So this is our fuel oxygen discharge, and this is good. I don't see any trace of impact on the radome. We have all the diverter stripes, so we're good. Vane is looking good, tap good. Ice detector also, everything's fine. The door was checked already. This little access door is normally open with 2 GPU connected. We don't have any today, so we're on the APU. Doors is closed and I don't see any trace of damage around the door. Same for the cargo door, it's already closed. And it's looking good. Now the static ports, they should be clear of anything, and apparently they are. The belly of the aircraft to see if there's any trace of damage, and there's not. So let's have a look now at the engine. This is the right engine. You have to have another overall view of the engine. All this little access door should be closed. Have a look below. Trace of liquids could be all nothing. The reversers are well connected, so this is good. Let's have a look at the exhaust area now and the tail cone. This is also an area where you must have a look and check if there's any leak of anything, so I don't see a thing. Exhaust area, tail cone, looks fine to me. So now we're going to have a full look at the wing. So first we'll start with the leading edge. So we're going to have a look at the slats. Don't see any damage. So come and follow me. We're going to go all the way to the wingtip. So I do check here that the lights, navigation light is working. And then I have to count all this little static leaks. So I need to count 15. Which I do have. They should all be of equal length, and they should all be there. So they're there. So I've checked upstairs that the parking brake was set. So now I have to check that the brake were indicated that says this should be out of the guide. And then the same. You have this little green disc on the side, just to check about the fuel oxygen, and it's good. Okay, so now back on the tail. Few things to check. So we're going to have to check the vertical and horizontal stabilizer, the rudder, and the elevators. So here I have to count the wings. So the APU outlet is completely clear and in a good state. Wings on that side are all there. Same, the leading edge is looking good. On the horizontal and the vertical side. So now we're going to do exactly the same but on that side of the aircraft. So we check the state of the door. This is the after outflow valve. Should be open about straight, and it is. The fuselage is looking good. No trace of impact, nothing. You also below you have to check all the different antennas and the mast. So this is a drain mount there, and it looks good. So have a look at the flaps. Flap run is there. I'm going to have a look on the other side. Looks good. There's still the flaps. Then the Jetson nozzle is there and in a good state. Discharge wicks, they're all there. Navigation lights, okay. Let's have a look at the leading edge now of the wing. It's looking good, the vents, they're clear. So the panel door for the fuel was of course open for a few minutes now. So the engine again, you have the overall view and then you get closer. So now I'm back in the flight deck just to report what I've seen to the other members of the crew.
Bonjour.
Begin with the OPT, then we will make the insert the figure, then we will make the briefing.
Okay. We check the setting first.
Yes.
You see OPT 4.31.
Right.
Policy 21 June 2017.
Okay.
Airport August 1st.
August, okay.
Yeah. And DDG it's R34-02.
Roger.
We are on the Fox Oscar Romeo Echo uniform.
Check.
Departure runway 12 full. 12 condition dry. Wind +5.
Check.
Temperature 27. QNH 1023.
Right.
Rating optimum. Flaps optimum. Aircon auto. Anti-icing engine pursuing auto.
Okay.
Takeoff weight 320 tons.
Okay.
And I select the CG 20.
Stand by 319. We can take 319. Right.
Yeah, 319. Let's check. Yes, for 318.4. I'm agree. 319 and the CG 32. That's okay. 32 for TG. Ready for
Ready.
Solution? I read the flaps 15, runway 12. Takeoff gross weight 319.
Right.
D-rate takeoff 1, 97.5. Select temperature 33.
Right.
Acceleration 8, 1070.
Okay.
Okay, for the speed V1 164, VR 170 and V2 175.
Roger.
Roger.
Okay, so we check the figure here. We have zero fuel of 221.3.
21.3 check. It's a gross rate 318.4 and takeoff 318.
We can make automatic
select yes.
stabilizer.
I delete
okay.
the fuel. It's a calculated fuel.
Okay.
And I read 318.8, takeoff 318.4.
For 319 computing?
Yes.
So the CG is 32?
32 as a cruise CG,
so
and the other one 32 on the takeoff page.
Roger.
I read the trim 4.25.
Roger, and the solution is flaps 15 with the D-rate takeoff 1 33 cell temp and 197.5.
Check. Check.
Runway 12 319 tons and the V1 in 164.
164.
VR 170.
170.
V2 175.
175.
So okay, thank you.
Take it.
Oui.
Fin du poste.
J'écoute.
Alors on a un litrage de 113 080 litres.
113 000, I'm agree.
Ok, we agree. You can, tu peux déconnecter et on n'a pas de groupe donc c'est bon. Ok.
Ok, merci à vous, à tout à l'heure.
Merci à tout à l'heure.
Just to be sure, it was V1164, VR170, V2175.
Roger, so I'll let you
I read my part. Flaps 15, runway 12, takeoff course weight 319er.
Right.
Tons, direct takeoff 1, 97.5.
Yes.
Assume 33.
Roger.
And V1 164, VR 170, V2 175.
Okay, so we are now finished the insertion of the figure and we can make a briefing.
Okay, ready for the brief?
Ready?
There we go. First, we talk about the TEM. Many cameras on board today. Maybe to mitigate.
A lot of guests today in the cockpit.
Yeah.
Hello everyone.
We do as usual. We apply SOP and no less, no more.
Okay.
Okay for you? So, something to add?
Yes, we are in Réunion Island, so we have a lot of terrain in south part of the runway. I will make terrain on my side.
Copy it for the takeoff. Right for that. About dispatch. Can hydraulic press, engine shutdown, brake source, doors, TCAS off, fuel, press. I'm agree with that. About the ATL?
Yes, the ATL no more MER. It's confirmed. And we have daily, we have ETOPS pre-flight, everything all right.
Okay. About the status, nothing more. And about the walk around? Hello?
Walk around was good to me.
Okay, thanks. Yeah. The aircraft is fit for flight. About weather and no times, nothing for departure. We can return no time and good weather.
Okay.
Suitable. About the fuel, we take 97.5.
The liters is check.
Yeah, it's been agreed.
And we need only the papers, the bill.
All right.
Yeah, is missing. Yeah, and expect about 12 tons. It's due to weather and busy airport on arrival.
Okay.
Okay, we check that. Startup as usual. The push facing maybe west. Taxiing intersection Charlie for full length runway 12. We'll take off flap 15, direct takeoff 1, trim 4.25 and green bound, full length runway 12, and gross weight is cover 318 for cover for 319, correct. V1 164, VR 170, V2 175.
Okay.
It will be departure in flight level 320 initially.
Also?
We are covered for max at flight level 341.
Good to me.
Yes. For that and departure constraint. No constraint on departure. Maybe we'll exceed 250 knots during climb due to weight. Heavy.
Okay.
It's about for a climb 252 minimum. In case of turbulence, I will choose 265 maybe.
As you wish.
Okay, for that. BMSA for the departure will be 3,000 feet after turning left over the sea. And the relief obstacle is on the right side.
Roger.
On departure. About navets, it's free. Sierra Delta Golf in automatic. RNP we have checked already, and prog also. Departure route also. Use of automation. We'll use auto throttle arm selected. V2 175, LNAV, VNAV armed. Heading 121 and 3,000 feet for air nav departure. FD on.
I see.
In case of engine failure, I suggest that we, after our V1, we follow VSID, left turn over the sea, and in case of emergency, smoke or fire, smoke and not under control. For an immediate return, I select the route 2, the NR GNSS runway 12, the longer one, via Hawker. We checked that already. And it will be another weight landing in that case, on the emergency return. And we'll select twin engine flaps 25 and single engine in case it will be flaps 20.
Roger.
For landing. Okay. And if no emergency, we have 10 hours to think about and.
Okay, and we have 45 minutes to jettison if we have
yes, about 45
return
minutes.
to Réunion with if we can wait.
Okay, nothing special for me. Something to add?
No question. Thank you very much.
Okay.
So the bringing thing is over. Now sorry for waiting you. You are. This is Mirella, and she.
From Réunion Island.
Yes, from Réunion Island, and. And the load sheet is now ready, so we can nearly depart. Merci. Ok, on a tout.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to pay close attention to this film, which shows our safety instructions.
Situés de chaque côté de la cabine, sont signalés par un panneau exit qui s'éclairera en cas d'urgence.
The 10 emergency exits, located on each side of the cabin, are clearly indicated by exit signs, which will come on in case of an emergency.
Allez, mobile phone switch off.
Right. The door closed? Non, pas encore.
No.
So, just to let you guys know, we are waiting for the cargo doors to close. Everybody's on board. We're ready.
Sur le poste.
Oui, l'écoute.
Confirme tous les portes fermées, pour les logements, les abords dégagés, cale retirée, barre connectée, la streaming est en place, on est paré pour le push.
Reçu, on pressurise. You can pressurize.
Copy. There we go. It's done.
Before start checklist.
Before start checklist, flight deck door.
Close and lock.
Passenger sign.
Right.
MCP.
175, heading 121 and altitude 3000 feet.
Check. Takeoff speed.
V1 164, VR 170, V2 175.
Check. Sidu pre-flight.
Complete.
Trim.
4.2500.
Checked. Taxi and takeoff briefing.
Complete. Down.
Before start, checklist complete.
Can I ask for clearance?
Yes.
Bonjour, push mise en route approuvée.
Le push mise en route, on fera pas le pour les rayons de la fenêtre.
Salle du poste.
J'écoute.
Je confirme toutes portes fermées, poignées dans leur logement, barre connectée.
Confirme tous les portes fermées, pas de logement. La barre connectée, la stéréopine est en place, on est paré pour le push.
We are authorized. Confirm you are authorized.
Yes.
Le frein de parc est retiré. On est prêt au repoussage face à l'ouest, bloc 28.
Bloc 28 face à l'ouest, on est parti.
Correct. Block time 28, we are now ready and the push is beginning.
Pareil, moteur 2.
Reçu. Thrust lever right door, start right engine. Right. Start.
Partir.
Le trafic du 193.
À l'écoute.
Oui, je peux vous passer les éléments là.
Allez-y.
À la positif.
Oui, alors l'avion c'est le 5 Juliette Echo, une masse de base 14015, index moins 1550, un pétrole bloc 2860, délestage 1140, roulage 30 et une masse maxi décollage 22800, masse maxi atterrissage 22350 pour le 193.
Alors j'ai copié 14015 masse de base, moins 15.5 TOI, bloc fuel 2 tonnes 860, délestage 1 tonne 140, taxi 30, maxi take-off 22.8, maxi landing weight 22.5.
Pareil, mise en route moteur 1.
Pareil, moteur 1.
Right start complete. Start left engine. Left. Start.
Pas encore.
Qui
Piste de aussi bien par Fox, on regarde écoute jusqu'au parc.
Avion stabilisé vers le parc, s'il vous plaît.
Reçu.
À la positif, moteur 1.
Reçu. On le presse. Frein de parc appliqué, tu peux déconnecter la barre.
Bien reçu.
Left start complete. Check. Sol du poste, de mise en route correcte. Tu peux te déconnecter, me faire signe à gauche. Et merci, à bientôt.
Signe à votre gauche, bon vol, à bientôt.
À bientôt. Flats 15. Check. Flap 15. Check flight control. L1. Left. Center. Right. Center. Elevator. Down. Center. Right. Center. You make me a sign. Reader. Left. Center. Right. Center before taxi. Checklist. Before taxi checklist on TIs. Auto. Recall. Check. Flight control. Check. Ground equipment. Clear left, center. Right. Clear. Before taxi checklist complete. Okay, you have control. My ATC. My control. Weather on. Camera on. Check. My control. It's time to taxi. Réunion 971 ready to copy.
Réunion 971 omnidirection departure 12 left turn out to Vena level 320.
Omnidirectional 12 flight level 320 and we are ready to taxi Réunion 971.
971 taxi via Charlie enter backtrack line 1.2 report to departure.
Via Charlie enter backtrack 12 report ready Réunion 971. Uvena, omnidirectional to Uvena. Number 2, okay for you? Right. Agree? Agree. Exit. And you are ready. Flight level 320. Check. Weather is on the right side. Left side also. Check yet. Taxi, here we go. Clear left.
(971) for information, traffic incoming runway 14 and reaching 14 miles final.
Roger, Réunion 971. Expedite taxi if you can.
Yes, sir, thanks. Are we clear to line up?
We are clear for line up.
Okay.
The final
security.
1, 2 is free.
Right is clear. Strap on, thanks. Are you ready for takeoff safety briefing?
Ready?
Yeah. Takeoff flap 15, trim 4.25, checked. Flaps check. Full length runway 12, cross weight 318.6, cover for 319er, correct. V2 175, selected 2 times. Arid blanc, Toga, Elna, Vinavarm. Flight level 320, flight gear heading 121. In case of failure before V1?
Before V1, ready and almost stop, then reduction, to throttle disconnect, you check speed brake up, reverse green, auto brake, 60 knots, and you communicate with the tower and communicate with cabin.
Copied.
After V1?
After V1, we continue, we follow VSID, climbing minimum 3,000 feet, acceleration will be 1,100 feet. Any question?
No question.
Okay.
No
cabin
question.
ready is missing or
right,
only?
Right, no cabin ready.
It's coming.
Just coming. Ready. Before takeoff, checklist complete?
Checklist complete.
Roger, break 946, distance inbound?
We check now 6 nautical miles. Réunion 946.
And remember, we have to launch the elapsed time.
Okay,
right.
946, runway 14, clear to land, wind 100 degrees, 17.
Clear to land, runway 14, Réunion 946.
And 971, so hold position. Call you back for departure.
Holding position.
Okay, maintaining position.
Just waiting for the landing traffic, and you will see just ahead of us the landing traffic. And Air Austral also.
So for the little story, this is a cross runway here in Réunion, in Saint-Denis. So we're on runway 12, runway 12, and we have the traffic landing runway 14.
Réunion 971, runway 12, clear takeoff, 100 degrees, 20 knots.
Réunion 971, we are clear for takeoff. Elapse and takeoff V1 164.
Copied. Thrust ref.
Thrust set. Ready.
Check. Hold.
946, droite sur Alpha, Alpha, welcome back. Ce sera le poste numéro 6, bon repos.
À droite Alpha, poste 6, Réunion 946, merci, bonne journée.
V1.
Rotate. Positive right. Gear up. I'll nav. The right side. Trust ref and speed. Select heading by left. Heading left. Right. Climb on. Check. Acceleration. Check. Flaps 5. Speed check. Flaps 5. Flaps 1. Speed check. Flaps 1. Flaps up. Speed check. Flaps up. Good condition, you can select standard. Standard set right side also. After takeoff checklist? After takeoff checklist complete. Check.
Bonjour. Deux personnes avant et deux ans autonomes.
Set the autopilot. Check. Autopilot.
Check. Releasing.
L'intention de vol, vous en avez fait?
The flight is very quiet. This is what we call sterile cockpit. So we need to have only the words we part of our standard operating procedures that are to be called, and all the rest is completely not authorized.
Acceleration 320 knots, 1000 procedure?
10,000 procedure.
10,000, yeah.
When they're hot. Seven to 8 and 741. You are number 1, number 2?
I'm number first officer 2.
2.
Yeah.
TA 1824.
On prend le roulage, Réunion 946.
I close the traffic.
Roger. At 08.
Voiture.
CPDLC contact with Tana.
Yes.
Salt. Establish.
We're in the air for about 10 hours and 35 minutes. We're going to cross many different areas, and the first one we're in is Madagascar, where we have CPDLC. So we're now connected to them. Next will be Seychelles, and then we'll have Mogadishu, Addis. All that will be on CPDLC for Seychelles, and then we'll revert to this good old HF. Docking on 169 for the in-flight broadcast procedure, and then the rest HF for the HC. Anyway, it will be a lovely day. As you will see, we'll be overflying Egypt, so we'll be quite far from the pyramids, but you'll have some really nice landscapes too. So as you can see, Boris and David are quite focused on what they're doing, and there will be no words exchange all the way up to our cruising altitude.
Guys, we are now cruising flight level 320 on our Boeing 777. We are approaching the Somalia coast for our position, and I will ask you, Boris, our captain, today to say a few words about our company, Austral.
Austral is an old company. It's a French company, which is based in Réunion Island in Indian Ocean, and the company exists since 1975. First flying short-haul flight from Mauritius to Réunion, then from Mayotte to Réunion, and Madagascar also, and later on South Africa with Boeing 737. Later on ATR. The Boeing 777 came in Air Austral in 2003. Yes, right. And first with the two 777-200 extended range, and this airplane came to fly from Réunion to Paris, and now we have three 777-300, nearly new airplane, because the two of them has only 2 years old.
2 years old, yeah.
And this one has 8 years old. We have also Boeing 787.
We have two.
Yes, two Boeing 787, which has only 2 years old, and fly mainly for Mayotte, from Mayotte to Paris, then Réunion to Mayotte, and also Bangkok also. Yeah. We fly with the 787 to Bangkok.
It's interesting to say that the 777 and the Boeing 787 is the same type rating, and we are the first company in France to operate the Boeing 787, and this is the same pilot which flies the same the Boeing 777 and the Boeing 787. So it's nice for us to fly both airplanes. Well, we will see now the 777 in details with all the panel.
Yes, we can start by this side if you want.
Yes.
You have the MCP, the mode control panel. We can communicate with the autopilot manually by this way. You have the auto throttle arm switch, speed intervention. You have a heading. You have a flight path.
Vertical path.
Vertical path, sorry. And here we manage the altitude for this part. This part is which part is it? We call it display control panel with the main generator, etc.
And we also find this part on here on the
overhead panel. Yeah.
The switch is here, and the situation
displays here.
Displays you can see here.
Okay. We can also check hydraulic panel, and the overhead panel is here for the hydraulic. All is okay. The fuel. We can say left main tank, right main tank, and center. Here we are. Remaining fuel is 70.5 tons. Here. Okay. Everything's good. About the doors, automatic. The gear, not important here. Flight control. And the outside camera. Here it is. Now we talk about this part called FIS display panel. We can manage all information on our screen. It's a redundant system. We have the same on both sides. This part we have a CDU. The CDU is used to communicate with the computer of the aircraft. We can use on the screen maybe to select something
to communicate with the cars and CPDLC.
Yes, with the cars or CPDLC, something like this. You have a trim, a lever, speed brake, the throttle, flaps lever, control switch, stabilizer. We call it an emergency procedure only. Here we have radio control, the ACP, audio control panel.
Yes,
the transponder.
To use it to communicate in VHF, HF, cabin, passengers address.
Sure.
A lot of radio. And SATCOM also.
A third CDU here for the communication, satellite communication, etc.
And as a backup as the other side.
Also a backup, yeah, of course. And the same thing with the radar here. Radar command located here.
The hydraulic panel. I came back to the electrical panel. We have two main generators and two backup generators. So two generators for each engine. And we switch here all the source of electrical APU or external power. Hydraulic panel, we have three hydraulic circuits, and fuel panel also, anti-ice panel, and the light panel, and finally the air panel, which controls the pressurization, and there the air conditioning system.
Right. We also have two killers in this airplane?
Yes.
On the Boeing 777, right and left hand. My first job, I was a military pilot. I spent about 17 years in the French Navy and the maritime patrol. And for my retraining, I joined Air Austral in 2014, and I started on the ATR 72. I spent 2 years flying the ATR, and I got the opportunity to fly the Boeing 777, and in fact now I'm flying both Boeing 777 and the Boeing 787. It's very, very nice. And you, Boris?
And me, I was like maybe you, passionate by aviation, and I think I always want to be a pilot, and then so I work on ground in an old French company called Air Réunion, AOM.
Yeah.
And I saw a lot of pilots working, and then I want to be a pilot, and I first began to be a pilot in Air Tahiti in French Polynesia on ATR, flying over a lot of islands, 45 destinations, 45 islands, atoll and island. It was very nice. Then I come to Air Austral 13 years ago as a co-pilot on 777. Then I went back to an ATR as a captain, and then I 5 years as on ATR at Air Austral, then 3 years on Boeing 737, and now 2 years in 777. Some interesting figure. We took off at 322 tons. We are very heavy, a lot of passengers. We have 141 passengers. And we will burn around nearly 90,000 fuel, 90,000 tons of fuel. So for this flight from Réunion to Paris, which lasts nearly 11 hours. So we took off from Réunion Island. Réunion Island is a very interesting destination. It's an island of 2,500 kilometers square, and there is 700,000 people, and it is very interesting because it's in Indian Ocean, and we have a beach and also a beautiful mountain, so we can ride a lot of things, ride a bike, running, very lot of sport activities in Réunion, and I suggest everyone to get there. Very interesting for the holidays. So we took off from Réunion, and from Réunion to Paris we mainly fly over Indian Ocean first part, not far from Madagascar. Then we just leave the Seychelles zone, and we are now in Somalia, and we will fly also then in Ethiopia, and then in Sudan, Egypt, and fly over Mediterranean Sea, and then overhead.
You want to show
yes,
a track?
We have here. Thank you. Mediterranean Sea, then Greece, and then Italy and France finally. So I said nearly 11 hours to fly from Réunion to Paris. I hope you enjoyed this presentation of the Air Austral and Boeing 777. Maybe I wish you fly with us and come to see Réunion Island. Thank you very much.
I'm back from my break. It was in the upper crew rest for a few hours. I was the first to go, and now the captain replaced me. So I'm today the relief captain on the flight. So David is still flying, and I'm taking all this pilot monitoring role. So I do mainly the radio and then the paper for now. About the flight stages, we're now flying over the Egypt. We have on the right side of the aircraft a few, I can't remember the name of that airport, but Cairo is pretty near. It's about 160 miles away, so it could be a diversion if we had any problem. And next will be the Mediterranean coast and Europe, so we're pretty close to the end. I mean, still a few 4 hours to go, but it's getting closer. Just to give you a few words about me, so I'm flying Air Austral since 2011, and it's been a dream come true. You know, I started in medium haul on 737 for a few years, and 2 years ago I stepped up into the wide body, into the 777s, and a few months after that the 787. We're lucky enough to be flying two planes on the same sector, which makes it a little exciting, you know. But it is exciting to fly a wide body, but as maybe a future pilot that you are, you need to know that in the medium haul you do a lot of sector, you fly a lot manually, it takes a lot of pleasure to do so. Flying wide bodies is really interesting because it's big aircraft, there's a lot of automation, but you don't have to fly the opportunity to fly as much as you could do in medium hauls. For example, I do maybe max 3 landing a month, which is way less than what I was doing back in the medium haul, where I could land maybe 20 times. So this is something you have to have in mind when you dream about the big planes, because it's a job in the job. I mean, and so take your time. If you become a pilot tomorrow, make really the most of the medium haul, and then one day go for big planes. But no rush about it. So it takes a while to become a pilot. So maybe you guys are just starting. It's a good period now. A lot of airlines are looking for pilots. There will be a lot of retirements all around Europe, and many aircraft in order in Asia and other regions of the world. So if you're on the will to go around and just enjoy your life as a pilot, just go for it. It's the right time. There are really 3 major things you have to know. I mean, if you're not sure you want to be a pilot, let's see if you can be. I mean, to be a pilot, you need to enjoy to be a little away from home. So you need to enjoy the movement that it involves. You also need to like the technology. Obviously, this is a lot of technicity, and I mean you're flying a machine, so you need to be comfortable with that. And then a big part today of the job is to deal with men and women. That's, you know, we all this human, I mean, crew resource management aspect of the job is really important. So you need to be really really into being social, not too social, but a bit social. So we, I mean, as a pilot for Air Austral, I have to say that we're really lucky pilots. We live in a really nice place of a really nice region of the world, right next to Mauritius, so really close by. It's only a little 125 miles away from Mauritius in the southwest. This is a little piece of France in paradise. So luckily, this little territory had an airline, which is Air Austral. And since now 15 years, we do long haul out of the island. So proudly, you know, we go to many different islands around Madagascar, I would say, about Seychelles, Mayotte. We go to South Africa. We do India. We go to Thailand. So, and then obviously France, because our main market would be to this link between France mainland and this island, Réunion Island, but also Mayotte, because we deserve both. And I mean we go down to both, and we tend to be the link between this little territories in the South Hemisphere and France. So Réunion, as you could think, it's right next to the Tropic of Capricorn. So the weather is just lovely. It's a big volcano, so you're right on the water, clear water. It's the highest summit of the Indian Ocean is on Réunion Island, so which makes it also a bit particular, because you know, sometimes we have snow in Réunion Island. It happened maybe once in in the last 100 years, but you know, it could happen. So we tend to be very lucky. You know, normally in such a small territory you wouldn't find an airline, but we do exist, and it works. So Réunion Island, well, I mean, Réunion Island got a bit popular a few months back. We had volcano eruptions, so a lot of tourism. I mean, a lot of tourists came down to see that, which is a bit exceptional. You know, it's not everyone on the planet. So this is it's an island that is a little less touristic than Mauritius, but it has one kind of an identity. So come down to see us. You know, you'll be surprised. And of course, if you come down to Réunion Island, please fly Air Austral. You know, we will take care of you, good care. So regarding the fleet, we have 4 different types. We have ATRs for the really the short hauls, and then we have 737, with which we have 2, with which we go to Seychelles, to Madagascar, to India, to Johannesburg in South Africa. So this is our our medium haul modules, and then for the long haul we have 777s that are mainly on the line from Réunion Island all the way up to Paris Charles de Gaulle. And then we have the 787, with which we do the Mayotte all the way up to Paris. So luckily, you know, it's kind of a very young fleet. I think the eldest are maybe the eldest is this aircraft, and it was first flight maybe in 2010. So it's only 8 years old. So it's quite amazing for an airline to have new aircraft like that. The pilot flying for Air Austral can actually start on the ATR, and it is the same airline we do regarding progressions. We a few of us started in the ATR, then went all the way up to the 777, and now, as we do this common sector, we have this mixed fleet between 787 and 777. They fly both aircraft, so it's kind of a dream come true, you know, to be able to just to do all that within the same airline. You don't have to think about maybe moving.
My name is Kamel Bouzid. I'm from Belgium, Algeria. I'm 41 years old. I'm a flight attendant since 11 years. So before I begin my career to the Euro Disney and train TGV, I was barman till 7 years old, and also now I'm flight attendant. Working for Austral is a flight company. You have all nationality represented. It's a very, very good paradise for working. You have a lot of young people and young working process. So I like this job because I like the contact with the people. You know, it's not the same like 8 to 4 hours PM. It's not the same. You can change everything, and it's not similar day. You know, similar working. It's very good experience I'm doing. I think I finished this career. I'm gonna finish in this job because I like working a lot. I like travel a lot, and I like the contact and like see the other face and other different people. I have a good experience in Australia, New Caledonia, Bangkok also, to the Asia. I was to Brazil also, and France and Europe. And for the rest, I think you need to come to the Austral to take the plane. I have a flight to the 777 Boeing 200, 777-200 LR, 777-300, Dreamliner 787, and also ETA. It's important to stay to this place to Indian Ocean because you have a mix of culture. You can travel in other people place. So now we're going to talk about the service about this plane 777-300. You have 3 classes: economy classes and comfort classes and business classes. You have 2 parts of service. When departure you have lunch, and before landing you have a dinner. For the economic class, there is no choice for the meal. When you go to the comfort class, you have the same: departure, lunch, arriving, dinner, and you have choice. You can have 2 choices about the meal, 2 choices about the wine, and something like that. You have champagne also. Before you have aperitif before takeoff, and that's what is very great. And after you have the Hawker class, is the business class. It's the business class is the same service, lunch and dinner, but you have a lot of choice about red wine, white wine, champagne, and spiritual alcohol. You can have it. And you have 3 choices about the meal or fish, or up to you. Huh? It's how to like. And you have different places in the plane, or in economy you can have more space. If you go to the end of the plane, you have more space. You have the B place, and it's easier to put the legs. Huh? And you have also, and at the issue, you can have also more places to the issue. That is great for the economy. In the comfort class, you have 40 people. That was great. More calm, less noisy. That was great. And the business class, that's the business class. It's the best of the best. Thank you to flying to Austral.
Hello again, I'm back from my rest, 3 hours of rest. We are now flying for 9 hours, and we are over Italia, not far from Roma, and we are just avoiding some thunderstorm here, and we'll land in Paris in about 1 hour and 40 minutes now. In Paris, so the weather here so for the cruise now is good, some bumpy sometimes, but in Paris it's good weather, and we will landing facing west, and with temperature of 19 degrees, so a good weather. The David's flying is now resting. He will come back 1 hour before landing, and the second David is now with us. So I hope you enjoy this flight. Now we will take a dinner, and then we will start to prepare the arrival, and the descent is forecast in about 1 hour. Thank you for watching.
Okay, are you ready for the brief?
We are ready for the briefing.
Yes. Okay, talk about the threat and error management. I have nothing more to say than the same as departure, due to all cameras facing us. We do as usual, flying SOP and something else? No? Okay. About the status aircraft, I recall we have nothing. Status, nothing also. Aircraft is fit. Wave and NOTAM, cargo at destination, De Gaulle, and alternate hourly also.
Yes.
We can proceed, and about NOTAM, only the runway 26 left is closed.
Yes.
Only that for me. About the fuel, we need 6 tons on arrival.
Yes.
We have more than 30 minutes holding.
Reduce to Mach 0.78 on request of Paris.
Mach 78, Réunion 971.
And reported now to Paris 132.380, goodbye.
3230, goodbye, Réunion 971.
Tu veux Mach 78?
380, hein, c'est ça.
Ouais.
Yes, 0.78, check, for descent also.
Oh yeah.
Right.
0.78 is coming, and I continue the brief.
Yes.
Top of descent will be at 4.8. Channel 8 whiskey, confirmed.
Yes,
private tower. Insert in the CDU, and safe altitude will be 3,200 feet. We're just 25 miles.
Okay.
Type of approach will perform ILS, runway 26 right.
Right.
We have already checked the legs and the constraint in the CDU. We are good with that. About the navets, it's free. We have an automatic for the approach. RNP, I read 0.3 for the approach. Landing performance. Not this one. For autobrake 4, I read 1,742 meters.
Check.
Okay. We have checked the weight for landing, the distance. I will operate only reverse idle.
Okay.
And we can have a look on the chart, ground chart. 360. We have display threshold.
Okay.
On runway 26 right.
Okay.
And less than 2,000 meters we have Whiskey 2. And we'll be a beam Tango Alpha 2.
Okay.
For the apron Charlie.
Okay.
At ATC order. Nothing special for me? If you have something to add? No question? Briefing is complete.
Thank you.
Réunion 971, tournez à gauche, cap 280.
À gauche,
280. Padding cell, 280.
Check.
On prend 20 degrés droite, à écho. 710 écho, descendez niveau 300. Réunion 971, descendez niveau 330. Descend level 330.
Réunion 971, descending flight level 330.
France 17 Delta Alpha, descendez niveau 360
descend 330.
et Mach .75 séquencement.
Trust. France
17 Alpha, .75, descendez niveau 350. La France 17 Alpha, Paris. Delta Alpha, allez-y. France 17 Delta Alpha, .75, niveau 350.
The LS 26 right. Charlie Golf November in operative. Wind 3308 knots. Temperature 18 and 1016. Cavalcade.
Bonjour,
Roger, 1016. Copied.
So you start to descend to 330, right?
Yes, only that.
Réunion 971, descendez niveau 300.
Niveau 300.
Flight level 300, Réunion 971.
Confirm. 3349, descend level 230.
Check.
Descend level 230, 3349.
La France 710 écho, direct.
Descent checklist.
Descent checklist. Recall.
Checked.
Knots.
No knots.
Auto brake.
4.
Landing data.
VRF 144. And the minimum barrow 520 ILS.
Approach briefing.
Completed.
Descent checklist complete.
Thanks.
Réunion 971, turn 15 degrees right.
15 degrees right, Réunion 971.
295.
Check.
Heading.
Réunion 971, descend level 200, direct Urelo.
Descend 200, direct Urelo, Réunion 971.
200, set to Relo on top, please.
Relo on top, set.
Charlie, on descend.
Check.
Réunion 971, report speed, Paris 132.1, bye bye.
132.1 with the speed, Réunion 971, bye bye.
France 17 Delta Alpha, reportez la vitesse à Paris, 132 décimales unité.
Paris, Réunion 971, bonjour, descending flight level 200,
Bonjour, 971, descend level 110, 250 knots.
250 knots and descend 110, Réunion 971.
1107. Check.
Bonjour Réunion 971, clear d'Occupy for Whiskey, expect ILS 26 right, descent level 70.
Occupy for Whiskey, ILS 26 right, and descent level 0. Okay, Réunion 971.
Réunion 971 négatif, flight level 070.
070. Golf Alpha Uniform identify. Axis 265. Check. FDMI.
On descend 7. À gauche, cap 300 pour la bête, toi,
Turn right on heading 230 to intercept ILS 27 right, free speed.
Okay, heading 230 to intercept the localizer, free speed,
Hold.
100.
10,000 procedure.
6056, pas de fois.
Croyeux.
Sierra Mike Alpha, descent level 80.
Descent level 80, Sierra Mike Alpha.
156, papa deux fois, à droite 15 degrés. À droite 15 degrés, papa deux fois.
Back down.
Speedbird 3 Papa Golf, turn right, heading 140.
Right turn, heading 140 degrees, figure 3 Papa.
Air France 770 Echo, à droite 15 degrés.
À droite 15 degrés, 70 Echo.
Réunion 971, speed 220.
Alors, 220, on va prendre up pour l'instant.
Sierra Mike Alpha, descent flight level 70.
Descent 70, Sierra Mike Alpha.
Réunion 971, descent 5,000 feet 1016.
Descent 5,000 feet 1016, and we have
okay, that's fine, thank you.
Okay, 5,000, we select QNH right and left side, approach checklist.
Approach checklist. Altimeters.
QNH 1016.
Set approach checklist complete.
Thanks.
On descend niveau 80 et 259 sur niveau 100 en France, 57 bravo.
You can select direct intercept, Golf Alpha Uniform 12. Course 265, checked. Exec. It's the same, yeah.
You are in L now, so you can stay in the
Réunion 971, descend 4,000 feet 101.
Descend 4,000 feet 1016.
4,000 feet. Check. Lock diamond on the good side.
Autorisé ILS 26 droite.
Clear for the ILS 26 right for your night.
We are cleared. Lock arm.
Check. Cabin ready.
Check.
Preceding aircraft is 5 nautical miles ahead of us.
Yeah.
Réunion 971, 189.
Flaps 1.
Speed check.
Speed 1. Speed alt.
Check.
Reduce Bay 150, stay there 3 Papa.
Flaps 5.
Speed check.
Flaps 5. And speed 5.
Altitude 5016, autorisé ILS 27 droite, Air France 57 bravo. France 17 Delta Alpha, à gauche au cap 310, autorisé ILS 26 droite.
À gauche cap 310, autorisé ILS 26 droite, Air France 17 Delta Alpha.
Speedbird 3 Papa Golf, have you got the 380, 5.2 miles ahead in sight, and can you accept visual separation with him?
Saber 3 Papa Golf.
Okay, so keep it
Lock.
and relay speed up power 1209.
1009, Saber 3 Papa Golf, thank you, officer, bye.
Air France 770, Echo 169.
169,
Réunion Air France 17 Delta Alpha 169.
On réduit à 169 France 17 Delta Alpha.
Ouais, 17 Delta Alpha, je vous demande une réduction rapide, vous êtes derrière un 777.
D'accord, on réduit rapidement à France 17 Delta Alpha.
Glide arm.
Ready.
Glide arm.
Check.
I suggest flaps maybe 15.
Non, standard flaps 15. Speed check.
Vitesse c'est pour France 57 pas le droit.
Ok.
Réunion 971, keep 180 until my call.
180 and second?
Until my call, I expect something
Son appel.
10 miles final.
Ah.
Okay,
Who is Michael?
Contact Le Bourget 118, Réunion 971, speed 160.
Speed 160, yeah, 971.
Alors.
Air France 1185, 202.
202, 85.
Glide active.
Check.
Air France 1185 à gauche au cap 300 pour l'ILS 26 droite.
We maintain 164.
Right.
Roger. Right slope.
Check.
4,000 feet sec. In case of go around, it will be go around, toga toga, flaps 20. We'll maintain runway access until 4000. Acceleration altitude 1900 feet.
Réunion 9er71, contact the tower 120.9er and keep 160 until 4.
120 on 9er and keep 160 until 4.
Merci les 3000, descendez 5000 pieds et demi.
Tower Réunion 971.
Bon, it's Réunion 971?
Yes.
Réunion 971, bonjour, continue ILS 26 right, wind 320 degrees 7 knots, 20 knots. In English or French?
English.
No problem. Air France 700 écho, autorisation.
He said gusting 20 knots?
Trajet atterrissage 26 droite à France,
France Papa 2 fois, à droite sur Tango, 21 810.
à droite Tango 21.
Gear down, flaps 20.
Speed check.
Flaps 20. Flaps 30.
Speed check. Flaps 30.
We have on top.
La tour encore, France 17 Delta Alpha, 152 établi ILS 26 droite.
4 nautical miles. All out fair l'entrée.
Check.
Landing checklist.
Landing checklist complete.
Checklist complete.
France 770 écho, pardon, poursuivez sur Tango, 21 810, au revoir.
Tango 21 810 écho, au revoir.
Réunion 971, 320 degrés, Réunion 971, 320 degrees 8 knots, gusting 20 knots, clear to land, runway 26 right.
Clear to land 26 right, Réunion 971.
Copy down.
Copy the wind.
It was stabilized.
Check.
Autopilot disconnect. Flight dear.
9 knots from the right.
500. 400. 300. Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Landing. Continue.
200.
Correcting.
100.
Okay. Check. Inside.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Speed break up. Reverse going.
85 bonjour, 9 nautique 162.
Manual braking.
85 bonjour, poursuivez.
Auto break.
26 droite, 320 degrés 8 heures, à la 20.
Poursuit 1185.
Sixty.
Check. Next right.
Réunion 971, contact the ground 121810, bye bye.
121. We are on whiskey 2 as expected.
Yes.
France 17 Delta Alpha, autorisé atterrissage 26 droite, 320 degrés 7 murs, à la 20.
Autorisé atterrissage 26 droite, Air France 17 Delta Alpha.
Air France 1185, la ligne d'approche.
Il approche 1185.
Camera please.
Yes. Well, Réunion 971. We are on whiskey.
Réunion 971, bonjour, taxi, stop Tango Alpha 2.
Tango Alpha 2.
Claire à droite. Tango Alpha 2, c'est la prochaine. Next right.
weather off.
C'est que 5 Air France, fin du secours.
Oui, bonne soirée.
Bonne soirée.
Clear on the right side.
Check.
121 minus 30, goodbye.
121 minus 30, goodbye, we're gonna stop on. 971,
Réunion 971, bonsoir, comment il est? Taxi Tango Alpha Sous, Charlie 14.
Comment il est? Charlie 14,
Okay, next right.
Right, happy, start.
For 18 Golf, request taxi.
Oxygen 418 Golf, switch orange line, Tango Bravo 1.
Switch on orange line, Tango Bravo 1, Oxygen 41, it's Charlie.
Golf.
Double traffic, Japan Air 460, bonsoir, request pushback, stand on Echo 30, information hotel.
Japan Air 46, bonsoir, Echo 30, push and start, facing...
Marshal inside, yes.
Okay.
Lights off.
Right.
I'll tell you when.
There we go.
Yes.
We go straight.
Yes. Like this or like this? Straight, straight. Keep going, keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Turn now.
Oxygen 418 Golf, approaching Tango Bravo 1.
Oxygen 418 Golf, ground 12181, bye-bye.
12181, bye-bye, Oxygen 418 Golf.
Japan Air 46, a long pushback facing east, incoming traffic, Echo 32 in front of you.
Japan Air 46, long pushback. We go for 0.038, Fox 94, ready to push.
Copy back. GT3, Charles Zulu, the Golf ground 121.810, Nash to Danao, bye-bye.
121.810, Charles Zulu, bye.
Verabon 038, hello, Fox 94, push and start facing north.
Start facing north, Europa 103.
Trafic, bonsoir, 157, Fox Bravo, approche TF1. Bonsoir, Fox Bravo, TF1, centrale, Fox 4. TF1, centrale, Fox 4, 157, Fox Bravo.
Park max set.
Set, APU running.
Check.
Stop.
France 85, bonjour, Tango Echo 3. France 85, bonjour, Tango Echo 3, et quand vous aurez de la place de japonais qui fait long, ça sera Echo 32. Tango Echo 32, 85, ça passe. D'accord, ouais, ça passe, c'est parfait, c'est le principal.
And so the flight is over now. Let's go for the papers. Thank you for watching. Thank you all of you.
Thanks.
And telephone off.